Hola, ¿cómo estamos? ¿Cómo andamos? Bienvenidos a...
Spanglish Confessions.
Y el día de hoy, a nuestro segundo episodio, vamos a tomar el tema de qué, Stephanie.
Vamos a hablar de en matrimonio because since you recently got married, I thought it would be
Why
an
not?
interesting topic. Why not? I mean, bienvenida al club. It's very exciting and very it's a lot of work, but it's exciting to have you in this club now. Now you understand more of where I'm coming from, I think.
I know.
But yeah, tell us a little bit. How's it been going? How do you feel? Like how was the transition when you first like got married? Like what happened?
Well, let me tell you something. So, um, honestly, it was not really, I mean, obviously it's a big transition,
Mhm.
obviously, for obvious reasons, but like for us, we were living together when we got engaged and I moved down here. And then we were living together for a few months before we actually got married. So
Okay.
it was nice that we were actually able to like build up our routine and, kind of get everything set in place and be, especially like being able to like conocernos más como pareja viviendo juntos, because that's
Mhm.
different, obviously like when you're
Yeah.
noviando, you're just living to, I mean, you're just seeing each other, you're just dating. So it's nice, right?
Yeah.
But then when you're living together, it's more of a compromise and you have to learn how to compromise more of the situation, more of making decisions as a couple, more as like, as a joint
Mhm.
together instead of just yo. No, it's no longer just
Yeah.
you know? Ya no puede ser un
Yeah.
yo-yo. Like it's not only you. So, and then, but I mean, obviously like moving together, we knew that we were going to get married. Duh. So, so it was nice. I mean, it was nice, but it was a transition because I left Washington and then I moved to
Mhm.
California. So obviamente I needed to transition that and acostumbrarme a eso. Obviously I miss my friends, o sea, you, I miss my
Yeah.
family.
We miss you
Um,
too.
so obviously like that was a big change, um, but I mean, I think that what helped me was that I had a great support system over here too. I mean, my husband, but then I also have like my other sisters here too, which was great because I feel like I wasn't like no me sentía tan sola, with like that
Mhm.
big move. Um, but coming up to the wedding, let's get to a little chisme. No, ya basta de estupideces.
Okay.
Um, like getting more ready for like the actual wedding itself. That's where like little comments started to come along, like from seres queridos or just personas, like they were like, "Oh, ¿te vas a
Yeah.
casar? Ay, pues espérate hasta que
Mhm.
te cases, this and that." And he was like, "Ay, asco
Ay,
tu carácter,
haters.
asco tu
I don't know
negative
about
energy",
you.
¿me entiendes?
Yeah. It was like, now I get a little bit more where they were coming from, but not to that extreme. Cause like, I don't know about you, but like a lot of the consejos were like, oh, espérate hasta que se acabe the honeymoon phase, like
Ajá.
just wait till that's over and then you're really gonna get to know the person. And it's like, oh shit, like it was like
Como que
kind
te
of like a
estaban dando
fear
miedo.
tactic.
Yes.
Ajá, como espérate hasta que te cases y se
Ajá,
acabe la luna de miel. O
ajá,
espérate hasta que empiecen las peleas. And in my head, I'm like,
ajá.
fuck, like, nos vamos a agarrar de
Maybe
las
you're right.
greñas.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
maybe you're
like
right.
maybe
Like,
this
¿qué va
is
a
a
pasar?
mistake.
Ajá.
Hmm.
And so
But
that's the thing that was happening,
yeah.
like a little bit of like, ay, espérate. Ay, sí, mucho amor ahorita, pero
Mhm.
espérate hasta que se casen. And it's like, why do you gotta say it like that? Like, why do you have to tell me that? Like, I'm sorry if si así te pasó a ti, that's your pedo, pero tú así lo buscaste. And nadie te
Yeah.
tiene ahí a huevo tampoco. So
No,
to
pues
me,
sí.
that's when I was like, o quieras o no, aunque you're like, I know, like whatever, it still would bring up little things, It's like, oh my God, like what if they're right? Or what if it doesn't work out? Or what if this, what if that? But like, es como que si estaban I don't know, preparing you for the worst or just kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but in a way, it was more of like, careful, which I get it.
Uh-huh.
It's a relationship. You
For
have to
me, it
learn
was
from each
like,
other. You have to, I
mhm.
don't know.
Like for me, those consejos, like I don't even think it was what they were being said, is how they were being said. Because
Yes.
to me, I took it like you're wishing my downfall right now. You're wishing for me to fail at my marriage.
Exactly.
It because it didn't come from a place like, sí van a tener problemas, sí
Exactly.
van
Eso
a
es
suceder
diferente.
cosas, and then but the thing is you guys have to resolve it and compromise. Like it wasn't like that. It was like, espérate, like you're
Mhm.
gonna get the worst of the
Like, dun,
worst. And
dun,
it's like,
dun.
it's like no. And then as the year went by, I will say the honeymoon phase did slow down, but it never faded. It did slow down in the fact of like you said, you get used to your routines and little like things that they do that would make me fuck oh my God.
It's
My
okay,
ears
no
are
se escucha
waxy.
mal.
It's on me,
¡Límpiatelas!
guys. They are clean, I promise. But it was just like things like that where it's like, damn, like, why do you leave your jeans folded like that? Why don't you fold them the
Yeah.
right way? And it's like there
Yeah,
is no right
obviously, yeah.
way.
Yeah, eso sí, I will agree, like, once you're married now, it's just like, everything's not like color de rosas, which obviously, porque ahora ya le huelen los pelitos, ahora things that you didn't really see before, now they're
Yeah,
coming up, right? But,
yeah.
which is fine. Obviously, like, my parents have been married for almost 50 years now. So obviously, like, for them, it's, los miras obviamente like having an argument here and there. And,
Mhm.
but being so used to each other that it's like, no, pues, chingón, ¿verdad? Pero then, like, us, I mean, just a recently newly married couple, it's a little bit different too, where I'm like, we're used to each other in a way, but then as well, like, we're still learning from each other every day that goes by. So it's
So
always,
sorry, that is my dog. I don't mean to interrupt you.
ay, Rusty.
Like, he's having a temper
El
tantrum.
liquor. But yeah, but then again, it's like keeping those discussions like in between us. Like, so us, I mean, before we got married or even before we planned on moving in together and all of that, like we made sure that, to talk about those things like, oh, like pre-marriage, after marriage and what we wanted, right? So I feel like that helped us a lot, like being able to have that communication and estar los dos de acuerdo qué es lo que queríamos out of this relationship. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
one of the things that was kind of my suggestion in a way was like hey, like nuestros problemas van a ser nuestros problemas, because I feel like they shouldn't be our parents' problems for them to deal with or for them to worry about. They have their own relationship to deal about.
Mhm.
So, hey, nuestros problemas son de nosotros, no de nuestros papás, no de nuestros amigos, nada que ver. We resolve it within us because, it's like not everybody's not everybody's going to be able to give you like a good consejo or you don't know where the consejo is coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel like we made that very clear. Like, okay, si nosotros nos peleamos o tenemos un disagreement or anything like that, like let's obviously like resolve it within us because es un matrimonio entre dos,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No,
So
I
I feel like
agree.
we've
I
been
think
pretty good about that.
no, and that's really good. I think like that was one of like the boundaries I did set early on with my
Hmm.
own parents. Like, hey, this is my marriage. Like, let me grow up in my marriage. Obviously, like I would go to my mom or my dad if there's like I need a consejo, but not a
Yeah,
regaño. You know, like I don't
exactly.
need you to like yell at me or like regañarme. I need a consejo. Like,
Hmm.
hey, I feel this way. Am I in the wrong? Or obviously they're gonna defend me, but I would never bring a huge problem to them because they're always gonna pick my side
Exactly.
and never his. And then if si yo lo perdono or we move along, it's like they're gonna be like, really? You know, there's gonna
Yeah.
be miradas and stuff, and I don't want that. Like that's the thing I
Hmm.
want to avoid
Yeah.
in our marriage. So it's definitely it is life changing. I'm not gonna lie. It is it's hard.
So, like, obviously for us, we haven't been married for long, but, to bring up a little bit about, when you mentioned about the honeymoon phase and all of that, like, yeah, we did get a lot of those comments like, oh, like the honeymoon stage will fade or this and that or whatever. So it's like, yeah, I mean, hey, it might fade or obviously it's not going to be as, 100% all the time or very lovey-dovey at all times because, things change and there's some moments where that's not really a priority, but it's like as feel like as long as you make it aware that hey, let's make sure that we're taking the time to see each other, respect each
Mhm.
other. I mean, yeah, we're living together, but it's different. Aunque vivas con alguien, that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you're still paying attention to each other. Like, hey, turn off the TV, talk to me for a second, or little things that we're doing. Like even we're just recently married, but whatever, we're still doing. Like hey, like let's check in at the end of the day or cositas así. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like we're don't want to fall out of love, of course, because I'm
Mhm.
planning to stay with this man for the rest of my life. And
One
if I am
hopes.
planning if you're planning to do that, like obviously, you want to be in love for the rest of your life, or you want to be able to have that love for this person for the rest of your life. And even though it's not like always like lovey dovey or lo que sea, or being in the honeymoon stage, like take those moments to plan your date nights, take turns on doing this and that. Like, it really depends on how we want to go ahead and value that and move forward with that.
Mhm.
So I
And
don't know.
I completely agree. You know, one thing that stuck with me, like in my marriage. It didn't even come from like a family member. Like it was un consejo. It was our old manager when we used to work together, and he was like, "Oh, me and my wife still date. We've been married for 20
Oh,
something
yeah.
years or however long." And he's like, "We still go on dates." And
Mm,
I'm like, "What?" And
mhm,
during that time in my relationship, I feel like I was lost because it was like we weren't really dating anymore. It was just like, we're married, now we're here, get used
mhm.
to it.
Yeah.
And obviously, I was going through a hard time. I couldn't go to anybody during that time because, like, oh, I married kind of young. And I was like, damn, like, did I mess up? Like,
Mm,
is this, like, is my marriage not working? Like, obviously, we were going through a rough patch. And he was like, no, we still date. And I brought that up. And at first, like, he was resistant. He's like, no, we're married. Like,
mhm.
very, like,
Like,
old
we're married,
school.
come on. Yeah.
Yeah, like, get real, you know? And I was like,
Mhm,
excuse me, I still want romance, I still want flowers, I still want to date." So, I started doing it. I was like, "Okay, we're gonna go on dates, you know, we're gonna plan this out, we're gonna go on dates." And it actually helped us a lot. Like, we got to know each other more because obviously people change during the years, and I think it's very important to get to know your partner during their transformations. Like, you're not gonna be the same
exactly.
person you are when you first got married versus, like,
Mhm,
5 years from now or 10 years from now, like, and it's fun to get to know the person they're becoming. And I know I've changed, and my husband has had to get used to the new me with a new attitude, new goals and
mhm.
perspectives. Because I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. It's just not going to happen.
Exactly,
So
and that's
that's
good
a
that you brought that up and it worked for you guys because, I mean, you've been married for how long?
uh, I don't know, 5 years.
I But, you've been married for a lot longer, obviously, and you're right. I mean, obviously, you're not the same person, and it's fine. People change. And sometimes I feel like in a relationship too, like for example, maybe your husband was used to seeing this person that he initially met or initially the person that he married. And obviously that's not going to be the same person that, you are now. And
Mhm,
that's completely fine. It's like, oh yeah, we're married already. We don't need to be dating. Like, come on, we live together. Like I know it sounds so silly, especially in like this like breaking
mhm.
out of old, ¿cómo se dice?
Like,
Old
like,
generations, like old
mhm,
generation, relationships where it's like, ay, te acostumbras, así son, así es. No, así no tiene que ser. ¿No te gusta
mhm.
algo de de tu pareja que está haciendo? Tell them, talk about it. First of all, the thing too, that I feel like is our fault as women is that we think that they could read our mind. They can't,
Oh my
you know?
God. Yeah,
I
that's a
hate to say
huge
it like this.
consejo.
Yes, I hate to say
Yeah,
it like this, but come on, dude. Like,
yeah.
if I can't read your mind, what makes me think that you could read mine?
Yeah,
I
and
don't want to
then what
bash
that
no
was one a
man, but
huge concept. No, it's true, cause like, it's just, like, it's something that I had to learn, and it was a huge consejo from my mom. Cause I don't know, like, your parents are still together, my parents are divorced, so you know, like, I saw what that did, and obviously I came into marriage with, like, a little bit of fear, like, "Fuck, like, marriage could possibly not work." Um, but one of my consejos my mom gave me was, like, don't assume that he can read your mind, and
mhm,
don't plan things that you haven't told him about.
mhm,
Because she's like, uno se ilusiona, like,
mhm,
oh, cuando llegue de trabajar, lo voy a recibir y vamos a comer, and then we're gonna watch a movie. Does he
mhm.
know that that's the
That
plan?
that's what you planned? Yeah.
Like, have you talked about this? And I was like, damn, you're right. Because sometimes, like, I would play a whole movie in my head of like,
Mhm.
ay, va a llegar con flores, or oh, he knows I'm feeling down. How the fuck is he supposed to know I'm feeling down
Yeah,
when I've been laughing at memes all day? Like,
exactly. Like, come on.
come on, like, and mom's like, don't, like, no te hagas una historia, and then get mad when he doesn't follow the script if you
Uh-huh.
haven't shown him the script. Like,
Exactly. And also,
yeah,
don't get mad when you actually vocalize qué es lo que quieres and le dices, "Oh, quiero flores." Okey, y luego al siguiente día llega con flores. No te enojes porque te dio flores, porque le dijiste que te diera flores. Girl, entonces,
yeah,
¿qué es lo que quieres? You know what I mean? So I feel like nosotros tenemos la culpa en eso, like, "Well, you're only doing it because I told you to do it." Well, duh,
yeah, but don't do it
duh.
the next day. Like, keep doing it. I feel like that's where men fail. We're like,
Exactly.
oh, she
Yes.
told me she wants flowers, so I'm gonna get her flowers. Okay, but keep
No,
doing
but
it. That's
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
vocalizing.
Like, I understand that
Yeah.
it's like, I don't want you to give me flowers because I'm telling you to give me flowers,
Hmm.
and then, luego me los das. No, like, give me flowers. Like, know that I like receiving flowers, so get them for me here and there, you know? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they
Surprise
die, but
me.
you know what else is gonna die? This love. if you don't water this
That's how
shit, you
you
know what I
lose
mean?
a woman.
Or
Yeah.
like to me, because when we first moved in, he like my husband, he was like, "Oh, like are you still gonna want flowers?" And I see because when I was over there, like he would, mail me flowers and stuff. I
Mhm,
was like, "Oh, thank you. I love this," you know? And
mhm,
so he would send me flowers to like my job and stuff. So like I do like this. I appreciate this. So that was one of the questions that he had for me. He's right behind me, va a estar parando la oreja like, a ver, ¿qué está diciendo?
He's like,
But
"What?"
¿qué? But no, like he did ask me like, "Oh, are you still gonna want like flowers?" Like, I was like, "Duh. ¿Quieres que
Mhm.
este de amor
Like,
se
why
muera o
wouldn't
qué?"
I?
No.
Yeah,
But no, and I was like, "You know what? Like maybe like if it's not flowers, give me like now that we share a space together, like give me a plant, that I could care for and
mhm,
like no se me va a morir luego luego or
yeah,
you could substitute flowers for other things, but no like vocalize it to me like, "Oh, here, this is
mhm,
what here I got this for so and so." I feel like we're just so simple to
yeah,
like give me a rock that's shaped as a heart and I will love it and treasure it forever. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And you got it
yeah,
this rock
no,
because you thought about it and you thought about me and how our love is shaped as a rock because we're just so solid. You know what I mean?
and
You
I'd
can
be
make
like,
that shit up.
yeah, like, make something up, like, show me you care for, like, the love languages, like, I I try not to, like, get too much into it, but, like, I feel like I'm a very gifty person, like, I like receiving gifts, and I like giving, like, if I see a fucking rock, Imma be like, "This rock reminded me of you because you
Mhm.
told me something," or, "You told me your favorite candy or your favorite beer, and you
Mhm.
got that for me." Ugh, I'm full. I
Yes.
fold, you know?
Yes.
And it's not about giving me expensive gifts, it's not
Mhm.
about buying
No.
me a diamond necklace or a fucking
Mm-mm.
gold bracelet, like, I don't care about that, it's like, "Hey, I went to the store and I saw your favorite candy and I bought it for you." It's like,
Mhm.
"Ah, thank you,"
Yeah.
I'm happy
Or
for the
same
rest of
thing,
the
like,
week.
oh, I'm craving like I was literally just craving ramen and and it's like, oh, let's go get some. Or oh no, no, we're gonna go get
Mhm,
this. Right, like,
mhm,
cuando it's like, oh, I know you've been craving this. We're gonna go get this.
yeah,
Thank you.
so
Because it
it's
just
about
shows, I
that.
guess, like it shows that you're just like listening to one another,
Mhm,
like to each other's needs and stuff. So I don't know, little things like that. I mean, I feel like
no, and
that's
I agree.
valid and I feel like that's something that we should, move forward
Mhm.
with. And I'm so happy that we're now in a different generation también de que si no te gusta algo, you feel free like to vocalize it.
Oh,
Instead
yeah,
like before, I feel like our parents and like our grandparents would like have to aguantarse, you know,
yeah.
like aguantarse porque, ay, pues por los niños, o ay, por
Oh,
esto, o ay,
uno
es que
está
pues,
para
¿cómo lo
servir al
voy a
hombre.
dejar? Ajá,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh my god, that
Um,
would make me so angry.
yeah,
Like,
and I'm like,
ugh, no.
no,
Yeah,
yeah.
and one of una conocida, she's not a family member, but like she was like, "Oh no, mija, uno está para servirle al hombre. Ya que te casas, tu deber es el hombre." ¿Qué? I work fucking
Hmm.
40, 50 hours a week. Like he needs to like also put in his part. He needs to do the dishes too. He needs to cook when he needs to. Like, uno ya no está para servirle al hombre. Like it's ¿cómo se
Estamos
dice?
para
It's a
servirnos a
partnership.
nosotros, a los
Mhm, like,
dos.
it's a los dos, la relación, like, feed the relationship because everything else can wait.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I was never with that, and qué triste, like, me da como un poco de tristeza because it's like, damn, like, you really do feel trapped in your own marriage, like,
Yeah,
um,
and you shouldn't feel like that?
mhm. Another thing that another thing que me daba un poco de tristeza, like, apart de uno está para servirle al hombre, it's,
Mhm,
the thing, it's like, pues es el hombre que escogiste y ahí te quedas.
mhm.
No.
Yeah.
El hombre que escogí tal vez es diferente que al hombre que está casado, con el que me
Ajá.
casé, It's like men like show their true colors, like and women too, like las dos. Like people
Yeah,
show
los
their
dos.
true colors after marriage. So maybe the guy I'm married is not the man I met or was
Mhm.
engaged to. Like what if he changed? And it's like if he's beating me, me tengo que aguantar, or if it's not fulfilling the relationship, like no, I don't have to like quedarme ahí. Eso de que ya
Mhm,
escogiste al hombre y te quedas.
mhm,
No. And
mhm.
yeah, like I hope that like if I ever have a daughter, and she's like, you know what, my marriage isn't working, you're always welcome back home. Like I'm not gonna leave you over there. Like that's advice I never took to heart. It's like, oh, te aguantas. It's like,
Yeah,
mm,
exactly. It's like, ay, pues ya te chingaste. No,
oh
no, no, no. No,
no.
pues no.
No,
Yeah.
we're in a day and age where, ¿cómo dijo Shakira? Las mujeres ya no lloran, ya facturan, or whatever she said.
Exactly.
And it's like we're
Exactly.
in a day and age where a woman can fucking work and get herself put together. Like it's gonna be hard, and I'm and I hope to never be in that situation, but, like, we can do it, Somos chingonas,
Mhm,
like, never get stuck in a marriage that's not fulfilling. It's
mhm,
just
exactly.
yeah.
I like how this episode is very nice and warming, a little bit more así como, talking about like the reality of marriages in itself,
Mhm,
but to stir the pot a little bit, going more into like the marriages of like de antes, de que uno está
mhm,
pensando o está en ese pensamiento de que, pues ya me aguanté, ya no lo voy a dejar, o esto y lo otro.
mhm,
If you dedicate, especially like as a woman, I'm not saying men don't do this, but like as women, like you put so much having kids, having, leaving your careers behind because you dedicated it more to your kids, and that's fine, But it's like now that your kids are grown, or what did you do for yourself? Your husband was able
mhm,
to do a lot more for himself, like, go further with his career, get a better job, do, get so much experience. And what did you do? you know?
mhm.
And then now, si él te piensa dejar, ya, ¿qué te quedaste? ¿Te quedaste qué? ¿Con qué? Con nada, you know?
Nada.
So, because it's like
Exactamente.
my, unfortunately, like a lot of señoras, now se están dejando more when they're older and hey, kudos to you if this is what you want. I'm gonna notice you
Mhm,
because now it took you time and you wanted to leave and them and stuff. Well, that's perfect.
mhm.
But then it's great when you as the woman want decide y sale de ti quieres dejar a tu pareja y ya hacer tu vida, ¿verdad? Pero qué
Mhm.
triste es cuando it's the other way around
Yeah.
because I know this we have this conocida or this persona que desafortunadamente a ella la dejó su esposo, and she dedicated her
Mhm,
life to him like um basically like dedicated her life to him, has a kid with him, actually has a few kids with him and stuff. And now he left her for another girl, for another lady. Yeah, he left her for another lady. He left
mhm.
her with a lot of debt because she has like good credit, he doesn't. When is that? And now he doesn't want to give her the divorce because it
Qué
doesn't
cabrón.
mhm, because no le conviene a él, ¿verdad? Because and she has, I think she has, le sacó una camioneta or something a su nombre de ella, pero la
Okay.
tiene ahora ella con esa deuda. So she has that. So whatever. Anyways, if he stops paying for that or whatever, like it's gonna fuck her up.
It
And
affects her.
when es la corrió de su casa, said basically like grab your shit and go. You can't come back here. El hijo perdió contacto con ella también, ya también él no le habla porque ahora pues la nueva señora vive en esa casa. And they basically don't want anything to do with that. And the hijo doesn't want anything to do with his mom either. Like, because he just like took his dad's side in a way. And
Oh,
the señor literally brought this lady in and got her a new car and everything. This lady that was with him for 30 plus years was, um, está manejando una carcachita, like making her, she's
ay,
able now, I mean,
señora.
to make a living and stuff like, but good thing, she made it work. I mean, she put
Mhm,
like a sign in her car, para limpiar casas and stuff.
mhm.
But she ended up having to rent a living room, not even a room, rent a living
Oh
room from
my god.
somebody so she could like stay somewhere. And then
Okay,
I believe
wait,
she was
hold
living in
on.
her car.
So, okay, let me get this straight because I'm like in shock right now.
Sorry, I'm over
Um,
the place.
no, it's okay. So this guy
Mhm.
has his wife, right? And ella le
Mhm.
sacó con su crédito de ella, like a car, credit cards, like lo tenía bien,
Mhm.
so, like to
Mhm.
say. He met somebody else, brought her in the home they live in, and kicked
Mhm.
her out, but he won't
Mhm.
give her the divorce.
Mhm.
That's what happened.
Long story short, yes.
Hijo de su pinche madre.
So te
Señoras,
quedas
no se
like,
dejen.
exactly. Te quedas like, damn,
Oh my
30
God.
plus years that she was with this man, you know?
Oh my.
And, and, um, And it's like, okay, she obviously le sufrió, le tuvo que buscar cómo
Mhm,
voy a sacar, dónde voy a vivir, eso. At first she was living in
mhm,
her car, then she was able to find a living room that she could rent, so ahí tan siquiera dormía. And then now I think she's like, has even her little novio, which is nice. And because she's
yeah,
like, nope, like I'm done, like love is not my thing. And she was
mhm,
able to find this new señorcito. And it's like, no, like, I respect you, like, he's been trying to like support her in a way. So,
mhm.
but she's now scared of love, which all with
I mean, con todo
obvious reasons.
derecho.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
obvious reasons. So it's like,
Oh my
but now that she was
gosh.
able to, have her life a little bit more in together, like I believe now she has her own apartment, and or I'm not sure if she's living with the guy now, or I want to say she has her own apartment, but now she,
Mhm.
she still cleans houses, but she also has like her for on like on the side job type of thing that she does for herself, and then she has her own job now. So good thing. I mean, she was like, hey, like I can do this. I have to do this. I have no other option. Like I tengo que echarle ganas, whatever. But unfortunately, it's like now she's stuck with all that debt from her past relationship. She's
Yeah.
um I don't know, it's just crazy to me, and it makes
That's
me so
so
mad because it's like,
sad.
what the heck? Why? Y te
Yeah.
quedas like, damn, like you gave your whole life for what?
For un hombre que no valió la pena and then unos hijos malagradecidos. Because we don't know what he told the kids, like,
Exactly.
I don't know. It's like, why would you choose your dad's side after he left your mom literally on the street, leaving in her car, like
Hmm.
homeless, to bring another girl like you don't even
Hmm.
freaking know? Like, I'm sorry, that's just so disrespectful. Like,
And now
I
you want
hope
to
he
paint the
gets.
picture perfect, like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
well, I still kudos to him. I mean, él la tiene
Yeah,
ahí fácil en lo que sea, but it's like, why? And the thing that fucks with me, it's like, why would you not give the life that you're giving your new girl to your wife? Like, why all
yeah.
of a sudden, like, okay, a ella la tenías basic things, like barely a
Mhm.
car that was freaking moving, like it left her a few times out stranded, and you get a new señora, and all of a sudden you buy her a new car, literally a new car, dude. Um,
That's
and
es
you
que
take her to the same house that you were living and sharing your whole life with your wife. Are you kidding?
like that's so. I would,
Basura.
yeah. I don't know what I would burn that house, because what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, my whole life with you, and you just bring a rando over, and now, like,
Hmm.
I'm on the street. Like, por eso, I always tell girls, young girls, especially like my sister, her friend, like, make sure you have your own bank account. I am sorry, but I do not agree that all the money should be in the same account. I genuinely don't, and I don't know if that's just my fear or whatever. You can judge me all you want, but yes, you're married, but make sure you have your own account as well. Like, we could came to an agreement where we will both have our each account, like our money, and then we would have a joint account together, like a third account where everything was together. Um, because at the end of the day, you don't know si va a
You never
funcionar o
know.
no, and you
Uh-huh.
pray to God that it doesn't, like, end in a bad way, or like you never have to separate. But the reality of things is that you might, and God forbid something happens, and por lo menos tienes tu ahorrito, or antes, like, I know for a fact, like, my grandma, she like tenía mi ahorrito abajo del colchón because she didn't know, and nos sacaba de
Yeah.
apuros. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that whole putting money together is algo del pasado, in my humble
Hmm.
opinion. But if you do that, good for you, and you trust your person, good for you. I hope they're a good man. Pero como historias como estas, where you might end up homeless, that's
Yeah.
just, it doesn't, they're, como le dicen? It's, a cautionary tale. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. But I don't know. That's just a little tea. But
Cannot be me because I will lose my shit.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how she stayed calm. I'm sorry, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I want to say I would go and drag somebody by the greñas. That's what I would do.
Okay, well, that was a crazy story. And that's just, like I said, a cautionary tale of what could happen. But if you're planning on getting married and your wedding is coming up soon, don't be discouraged. Marriage is beautiful.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Literally.
But marriage can be fun and it can be beautiful, but it could also, it brings hardships. And I think the most important part about it, from what I've learned, and I think Barry could agree, is like compromising and
Hmm.
communication. They play
Yeah.
such a huge part in it because first, they can't read your mind, okay? Keep that in your noggin. They can't
Hmm.
read your mind. So, and don't play a movie if they don't follow the script. And second, communicate. Communicate and compromise. If he doesn't want to do something, pick a day where you both want to do something. I don't know. Like,
Exactly.
compromise is
Make
a
it
huge
work.
thing.
Yeah. Make it work and make
And
sure that you're both in it and make sure that you're, being able to be in it together.
mhm,
Like, don't let those,
yeah.
like, ay, espérate hasta que te cases, vas a ver que no más dura, que no va a durar eso, lo que sea. Don't listen to that. That's just honestly a tactic of, I don't know. trying to
Mhm.
scare you or trying to like wish you bad in a way. Don't let that get to you. Or maybe sometimes people don't even mean it like that. Like they're just saying it to say it. They don't mean it bad, but don't let it get to you. Don't let it scare you. In a way, it's like at the end of the day, every relationship is different. We're in new times now, and regardless, I mean, whatever you want to do for your relationship, it's your relationship to do what you please with it. As long as you and your partner are respecting each other and loving each other, and making sure that that's something that you guys want. Excellent.
Then who
So,
cares about what other people think? So,
hmm
congratulations if you're getting married. Have fun in your relationship, if you're in a
hmm
relationship, and if you're single,
never
well,
stop dating. Make it
don't
fun.
stop dating
You
or
know
date yourself. And yeah, have
exactly.
fun. The most important thing is have fun, and don't forget to cherish a woman because that's how you lose her.
hmm
hmm
Exactly.
But anyways, so for our next episode, I think we recommended this movie called Midsummer. I think it's what it's called, right?
Midsummer or midsummer? Midsummer, I think, something like that.
Oh, okay. I forgot what it's called, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
And so we kind of like got to talking about like cults and stuff, and like how la propia familia puede ser hasta like a cult, la propia
yeah.
familia, la iglesia, can serve as a cult. So I think it's a very fun topic that not a lot of people want to talk about because it's like, hey, like
It's
don't
things
be
that like you
judging. It's like,
shouldn't speak about, but it's like no
hmm
things. And what's crazy when we were watching this movie is that like you realize that there's actually people that are so like that are involved in this, that you're like,
no, I
whoa.
agree.
So
Yeah. So that'd be fun for next topic. So if you guys have any questions or anything, message us on Instagram or on YouTube. And then ¿qué más? I think that's it. Oh, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Yeah, that's our social medias. Oh, and I think we have a Facebook now. We forgot
we
about
do,
Facebook.
we do.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like
So
my nephew's like, oh, Facebook's for old people. No, I still have a
how do
Facebook.
you know
I'm not
old
old.
people? Yeah, somos señoras casadas, so
I
maybe
know.
we should find our audience in Facebook.
Oopsie.
Yeah,
But
and then
but yeah,
TikTok.
literally.
Yeah.
But well, that was that for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like,
Thank you.
subscribe, and follow us on the next one.
Okay. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.